All right, guys, so this will be part two of my modding guide. Uh, Today we're really going to just talk about some basic stuff, some do's and don'ts, and my speed cutoffs for when I will slice mods and upgrade them. So the first thing is anytime you get a defense primary cross, triangle, or arrow, those will be the mods on your right hand side. You want to sell them right away. Very few characters actually need them. You'll get a few in passing from certain events and challenges. If you get a good one and want to try and upgrade it and keep it, you can. There's, I think, maybe five or six tank characters I have that I put them on. Other than that, they're fairly useless. Next thing would be for six dotting. Six dotting protection primaries is really never a good thing unless you're putting them on a pilot or if they really benefit from the other secondaries, or if all the other secondaries are pretty good and you want to go for more speed by leveling it up past six dots. But just six dotting and leaving it there is usually never a good thing. Another thing about six dots, arrows. Arrows, if you six dot them, you get two speed. Two speed, that's not bad. But after that, you don't get anything else. So six dotting arrows, you want to focus more on the secondaries. So I usually only six dot arrows with, I'd probably say three to four good secondaries, and percent increases on secondaries is what you would want. Those going on relic characters, I even put down here, secondaries are better than flat upgrades long term. Long term, you want all or at least most of your tunes to be relicked. If they're relicked, their health, offense, protection, everything is higher, which means a percent upgrade would give you a more benefit than a flat one. Early on, or some purple geared tunes, flat ones would be fine. They don't have a lot of stats as it is, so a flat upgrade is more beneficial than a percentage one. But gradually, like I said, every or most of your characters will be relics, so percent ones will be better long term, and you're less likely to uh, switch them out for other ones. Let's see. Do that. So, once you get to blue into purple, slicing blue to purple, uh, at least for me, where I've noticed that is where 80% of my bottleneck with slicing material is at. So blue is really where you want to start looking at all of your secondaries, not just speed. If you have good secondaries with speed, you could probably forego some of the speed to try and get more rolls. Uh, but just having speed and say like flat defense, percent defense, and stuff like that, most of the time those will be a waste. So even if you get good speed, whatever character you put that mod on is going to be missing out on a lot of other beneficial things. Speed is the most important thing in mods, but the later you get into the game, the more you need to focus on things besides speed. Um, so don't be afraid to sell or flat up give up on a mod. You slice it once, maybe twice, you miss speed both times. If the secondaries aren't great, just give up and sell it. I've done it, you've done it, we all have. It's gonna happen. It's best to just give up. I have some gold, even six dot mods that have horrible speed that I'm never going to use. I just am going to throw it on a pilot so they get extra speed from the six dot mod. Wish I hadn't done it. Don't do it. And then, good thing to do when slicing just a few, or if you have a bunch of mods you're slicing at once, think about what mod this that will go, or what tune will take that mod that you're working on. It's always best to have an idea of, okay, this mod has all these things at this level. Who would benefit most from it? Some people, like I do one team at a time, and as I'm gearing them up, I start saving mods. So once they're relicked, I could throw my good 6 dot mods on them because I know what they need, how they need it. Uh, yeah. So now for the actual numbers on how I do it. So gray mods that have any speed, I'll go ahead and slice right away. Uh, Again, like arrows, if you have speed as a secondary, the later you get in the game, arrows with speed secondary, even gray or whatever, I start slicing them. Offense, health, primaries on arrows become more and more prevalent the later you get in the game. So if you got the slice of materials to spare, I would even slice some arrows with speed secondaries. If you don't want to, I don't blame you. I didn't do it for probably the first 3 years I played this game. I think I had one crit avoidance arrow for some event, and that was it. But it is a good idea to get in the habit of looking at them early on. Green, if it has 2 speed rolls, go ahead and go for a third with blue. Uh, if it only has 1 speed roll, but the primaries look good, like if you're rolling offense mods and you get offense percent in there or something like that, I would probably roll it to blue personally. It all depends on what you're going for, though. If you're farming health mods, if it's got health, protection percent, flat protection, stuff like that, you could forego a little speed and hope you get it in the next time. Blue, like I said before, this is at least my bottleneck. Everyone's bottleneck's going to be different depending on what you have saved up. Uh, 8 to 10 speed, depending on where you are in the game, what you're going for, what tune you're planning on putting it on. Uh, in my next thing, I'll show you some of my mods. I have some gold 6 dot mods that don't even have 10 speed, but all the other secondaries are so good that I'm not even mad about it. So, all depends on what you need, how many materials you have, things like that. I would say probably 90% of the time, though, anything 8 or under, I don't slice up. It's very rare. Maybe I've just been getting bad rolls, but typically 9 and up is when I'll do it. No questions asked. Anything under than that, then I start looking at everything else. Uh, Purple, 13, give or take, is what my sweet spot is. Uh, Anything under, again, like I keep saying, the secondaries matter more. The less speed you have, the more important the secondaries are. And also, purple to gold, gold to 6 dot, those are going to be the one what goes on your better characters, which means you want more than just speed to matter. Like SLKR, he needs speed, offense. I think some health on mine. So those are all things I want on the secondary. And if I lose a few speed to get those other things, I think it's worth it. It all depends on the tune and what each tune needs. Uh, yeah, and I would say my cutoff for purple, if it doesn't have at least 2 slices, no matter how good the other ones are, the other secondaries are. I mean, if you got the slice mats to spare and you really are feeling it, more likely than not though, you're not going to get speed, going to eventually get mad and run out of materials. And then gold, we got 6 dot anything with 15 or more speed. You'll instantly get a +1 speed boost from it, so that'll go to 16 right there. And again, as I keep saying, can go down based on secondaries. See, I think there was one other thing I wanted to bring up. There probably was something I wanted to bring up, but I can't think about it. So if I remember, I'll put it in the next video. The next one, I'll actually have the game pulled up and I'll show you some mod examples going over pretty much all these things. Some examples of this stuff that I talked about in the beginning and how I a website I use to determine how good each mod needs to be. But yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in the next video.